Hey there, California 27. It's Congressman Mike Garcia again with you. Hey, we got sworn in. We got the drama of electing the Speaker of the House behind us. And last night we finally got our rules package completed and voted on and passed, which means we can now actually enter legislation into what's called the hopper. Today I'm submitting our first three bills. These are great bills for California 27, and more importantly, for the country. The first one is a bill I introduced last session, which is the SALT Fairness Act. SALT stands for State and Local Tax Deductions. These are the tax deduction limits of $10,000 that were part of the 2017 Tax Cut and Jobs Act. This $10,000 limit on how much we can deduct on our federal taxes as a result of state and local tax deductions. It was meant to be sort of a middle finger to states like ours, California, New York, where we have the highest taxes in the nation. But unfortunately, it's really impacting all taxpayers, frankly, in California, not just upper class, but also middle class. If you own a house and you have a job, you're being affected. So my bill basically removes that $10,000 cap, allows us to take full advantage of those deductions on our federal taxes so we get more money back into our pocket. By the way, this is affecting states even like Texas and Florida nowadays, not just California. The second bill here, a very important bill, this is the Troops Over Tax Collectors Act. This reprograms the $87 billion that were supposed to go to the IRS agents and now instead defunds the IRS agents and allows that money, a portion of that money, we don't need all of it, to actually get our active duty military above the equivalent of $15 per hour. This gets them above effectively $32,000 a year for our junior enlisted folks on active duty. It's hard to believe, but our active duty military, when you first sign up, the first 4 years, you're actually making about $23,000 a year. That's less than the average in and out employee makes. So this bill, the Troops Over Tax Collectors Act, takes the money from the IRS agents, reprograms it to our troops, gets them above the poverty line, gets them off of food stamps, and it's all goodness. And as you know, we already passed a bill today that actually revokes and defunds the IRS. So this is an instantiation of that, to reprogram that money back into our military. And then the third piece of legislation that we're introducing today is the Inflation Prevention Act. This prevents Congress from spending more money as long as the inflation indexes are above 4.5%. This is a bill that we actually introduced about a year ago when the Democrats were in control, before the inflation problems really hit the fan and we started seeing 8-9% inflation. I introduced this bill to be a check to the spending coming out of Congress. We've got to stop spending money like we have been over the last 3 years. We've got to get back to responsible fiscal mindsets, and this Inflation Prevention Act handcuffs Congress from spending additional money if inflation is above 4.5%. So proud to introduce these. Obviously there will be a lot more coming. We have the majority now. Morale is high. We're getting things done for the nation already, and looking forward to these three bills getting passed.